Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Griftlands and a kinder, gentler Sal, sort of, kind of. I mean, we definitely have stabbed some people, but nobody who wasn't asking for it? That doesn't make me feel any better at all. Anyway, today we're trying to save up for some armor for our sweet little Yote friend here. And I think we are also going to, we're going to pick sides with Ulo this time instead of Naden. Because, again, it's not the natural thing for me to do. You gotta try it at least once, right? You spot a young Kradeshi sitting at the desk. She doesn't look like your average officer, though. Her uniform has a modified fit, and her boots are too slick for requisition. Are you Ulo? I'm Sal. Fish mentioned we might be able to help each other out. You're the bounty hunter, then. Oh, I've been waiting to meet someone with just your particular set of skills. You want Cascio dead, and it just so happens I do too. Do me a solid, and I'll get you where you need to be to make it happen. And play by my rules, and the killing blow will be yours, I promise. What do you say, Hunter? I say that you're being very friendly, but there's a hint of menace under it, and that comforts me because that's my whole deal as well. Do we want... You know what? I don't need to hear any more than that. I'm in, but if I end up taking a fall so you can get a promotion or whatever... Oh, please. If anything goes wrong, it'll be your fault, I promise. Oh, good. I was worried you wouldn't have anything reassuring to say. Now, first up, you'll need this. Take it. What is it? It's an Admiralty card. Wow. Wow, that's a good card. That is very convincing. Or each of your non-core arguments gains 1 stack and 3 resolve. That's a cool card as well. We're definitely taking this though. Folks here take any edge they can get. If you can't compete, you're surf slime. Consider this your deputy's badge. A gift for my favorite investment. That sounds... I mean, first of all, that's way too fast. You hardly even know me. Huh. Impossible. I'm wearing a badge. Yes. Nothing a person does while wearing a badge is suspicious, sadly. Alright, so when can I start? What would be a good use of your time? You heard of the Partok Caverns? That sounds familiar. Oh, I think it would have left an impression, if not a gaping hole in your side. The place is crawling with spree. And normally I'd just leave them to their rat's nest, but apparently there might be ruins under the caves. Old ones, like from before the plague. I've run it up the chain of command, but the Admiralty don't care. They're just as happy to let the spree rot with the relics. The Hessians, on the other hand... Look, what do you want me to do? I don't know the first thing about holy relics. Ah, but you do know about killing bandits. Wipe them out so the cult could send in their archaeologists. You do the killing, they do the, you know, the dusting? Dusting? Brushing. Clearing? Digging. They're gonna dig. It doesn't rhyme. I was trying to find one that rhymes. Yeah, alright. You got there eventually. Not really. It still doesn't rhyme. Oh, okay, that's an amount of shills that I am happy to work for. And also, she's gonna drill something into my head. She's gonna do the drilling. Remember, no survivors. Except me, right? I'll leave that up to your discretion. You got it? Now scoot. I have schemes to incubate, plots to hatch. And that requires sitting down, because, they're on the chair. Alright, so remember, we can go to that area out on the beach to hire backup, but I definitely do not want to spend any money that way. You're stopped on the road by Rug, whose face lights up as he sees you. It is not the reaction you're used to. Now you look hungry. Am I right? And I got just the thing for it. Delicious, non-toxic food. My "this food is delicious and non-toxic" t-shirt is raising a lot of questions. It seemed like they're answered by my shirt. Food on the road, huh? What's the catch? Well, it's food on the road, like you said. But I'm testing out a new recipe, and I'll cook it if you'll eat it. Okay. We've definitely done some of this before, and I do not remember what any of it does. Rug will dislike me if I don't... Oh, no. I can't do that to him. Bile's probably not tasty, right? If you pickle anything aggressively enough, it becomes food. You feel something puncture your tongue before everything from the ears down goes suddenly numb. Oh, that's bad. My mouth feels funny. Well, that's awful interesting. No refunds, though. Ugh, that was awful. Well, not all my ideas can be keepers, I guess. You won't tell anyone about this, will ya? I'm trying to open my own restaurant in Murder Bay. I will feel better for scolding Rug, but he will dislike me. I'm gonna promise not to tell anyone. He seems remorseful. I don't think he'll do it again. Mistakes happen. Just, like, try it out on a yacht first next time. I mean, not my yacht, obviously, but, like, a different yacht. Well, I don't know if a yacht has the palate for it, but, you know, it does get real lonely on the road. Rug cleans up his gear and leaves you to rinse the taste from your mouth. I gained an ulcer. Okay. Inconvenient. Also, the art is very upsetting. Right at the beginning of the day, too. Ulo marked the cave entrance on your map, but the wild countryside has you double-checking the coordinates. If the caves are as deep as you've heard, then the bandits might be better hidden than maggots in a cheese rind, which I guess that's good. Maggots are good at that. Fortunately for you, luck strikes. A bandit emerges from the bush, clearly returned from a brief break to nature's privy. I was just... Wait, who are you? Prek's quick eye snags on your Admiralty graft. You lost, Sarge? Only switches out here are the ones swinging from trees. Prek won't give up the location of the hideout willingly, but if you keep her talking long enough, you might be able to piece it together. That's interesting. Let's try that. Ulo said to kill all the spree, but there's no harm done if you make the job easier by letting one runner go, surely. You know why they call them switches, right? Because they have the authority to beat you bloodless. But that doesn't have to be you, friend. Not if you just answer a few questions. Okay, remove covert knowledge to determine the language or the location of the hideout. Well, that doesn't seem so hard. I am going to... That's bounty or inception, so it only affects stuff that's on their side. I'm going to bulldoze. That seems good. And I'm not going to be able to save my pet argument. Oh, no, I am. That's a 3 and a 2. Aha, take that, my opponent. It feels like duplicating that would probably be a bad idea. Let's just not play exploit weakness. Alright, this seems like a fine time to just get rid of the ulcer and then make a really good impression. Okay, and now that that's done, I just have to get out of here, right? Doesn't seem so bad. Do I think I'll actually have 2 actions worth of, like, hold on. What am I going to draw next turn? I am not going to need more actions. I guess I'll incept some flustered. Alright, well, I mean, obviously. So that'll give us another action. We are definitely not going to need any more actions. So what's in my discard pile right now? Just, okay. Yeah, that'll work. We should definitely do this. Just duplicate some flustered. So, remove 1 stack at the end of Prek's turn. Is it going to remove 1 stack from each inception? That would be how I would expect that to go. I guess let's find out. Yeah, okay. It does work in the intuitive fashion. Bait is fine, I guess. Deploy a bit of bait to eat most of that. Alright, I feel like this deck is starting to come together. We're getting somewhere. Alright, and lots of level ups besides. Absolutely. I'm not opposed to keeping some resolve cards or some composure cards, but they should probably be better than that. I do like... Yeah, I think boosted impression makes more sense than making it free here. We want the effect to remain stable for longer. And then solid point either triples the damage or doubles the influence. Right now, I don't think we're having a hard time maintaining our influence stack, although we have picked up at least one card that does care how big the influence stack is. I still think I like the damage. We only have to play Bulldoze one more time to level that up, which is nice. Keep Cool is not really that compelling. I think we are not taking any of this. Make my life easier, or I'll make yours shorter. Hey, look, I don't know much. Nadam keeps us all in the dark. But if all you want is directions, I can give you that at least. The bandit scratches a map in the dirt, watching you for sudden movements. After she's done, you dismiss her with a brief nod and she makes for the bushes. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Alright. Enter the cave system, and hopefully that map turns out to be legitimate. You're so deep in the Partok caves that you start to get a little reflective. Why are you here? What purpose do you serve? You kill some bandits, but then what? Is the meaning of life really at the end of a contract? Or is there something greater? I mean, could you ever... Lost in thought, you run face first into a stalactite. Whatever you were thinking about evaporates into the darkness as you rub your noggin. Hush, damn it. You shake the stars out of your eyes and keep exploring. I mean... I want to see what else is in the caves. I hope that I don't end up missing my chance to go to the hideout, is all. You search some side passages, hunting for anything useful. You turn a corner and only notice the Luminari crouched in the shadows when it's too late to do nothing but gawk. That's okay. That's almost English. Quiet. He holds up a blessed finger and waits in the darkness, and you can't help but follow his lead. Finally, he looks you up and down. I thought I'd heard the bandits. You're not one of them. I can tell that at a glance. My name's Stolo. My lips do not move. Sal. Weird place to make an acquaintance, but here we are. I'm here to sort out the cave's bandit infestation. I thought I'd do a little exploring first, see what I can dig up. I've been sent to catalog some of the ruins in these caves, and do what I could to safeguard them until the bandits were dealt with. Seems like you're fixing to get me out of this damnable hole. Yeah, it really seems like we could do some good work together. Luminari are trained combatants, aren't they? Are you content to sit here and just let me have all the fun? It is weird that his mouth never moves. Okay, pretty standard Hessian thing. Great big boosted impression, then we ergo that right back. Seems pretty good. Play this for the XP, and we never ever use boosted time. Alright, absolutely play Bulldoze. Damn it. Okay. And then, I mean... Yeah, I don't really want you having that. And I don't want me having this either. May as well draw some cards. We got some actions left. I kind of don't want to play the Deflection of Clarity yet. You know, there's just not that many cards in my deck as a whole. So what's in the discard pile right now? There's a pretty good chance we're going to get Diplomatic Instincts. It shows us everything except that. What a bummer. I wasn't even really looking at the damage. I should have applied the deflection first. That was a silly thing to do. Well, I definitely don't want this. I was hoping for a version of this that just cost less, you know, or had ambush on it or something. Boost the damage. I think we can usually afford to pay the influence. It's not a big deal. Ooh, I do like setup. You must be bored out of your mind, but now's the time to strike. That's true. The ruins won't need guarding the second your work is done. And 2 blades are better than 1, I always say, which is why I showed up with that many in the first place. You have a point. Very well. Follow me and stick to the shadows. We don't want them fleeing further into the caves. Alright, let's continue exploring. I love to explore. You move quickly. The only sound you make is the soft splutter of your flickering torch. But it's hard to move in the shadows when you banish them with your left hand. So the bandit finds you alone and armed with fire. Except not alone. Like, not even a little bit alone. Alright, I have been told to kill this target. We should probably actually kill people from here on. I know we let that one go, but there's no way. I guess, sorry, I can train to strike into slippery into train to strike. There we go. There's some improv. Never stop fighting dirty. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the feint, even though it does nothing. Let's hope that it takes itself out of the deck. Well, this is awkward. That's not a terrible draw. It turns out it doesn't even really matter. Our allies were doing enough damage. Nope, give me the... There it is. I said we would kill fewer people. I didn't say we'd kill nobody. Yeah, Lacerate's not bad. It's like the most very basic version of the thing we're doing here, but it's fine. At the end of your turn, incept to apprehensive and destroy this card. Okay, not a big deal. The nice thing is you'll be able to find your way out again by following the trail of corpses in your wake. I do think it's a little silly that I'm acquiring a reputation here, considering that the only person who knows what I'm doing is the Hessian, but it's not long before the smell of sizzling meat hits you. And since stalactites and cave vermin aren't known for their cookouts, you follow your nose to the bandits. I'm surprised at how little exploration there was to do there. Unfortunately, something in the air must have told him you were coming too, because you round the corner and find yourself flat-footed. Where do you think you're headed? I was hoping to slink my way into a good position. I don't suppose you'd allow a do-over? No. Yeah, all right. This is it, huh? Okay, well, I think we can deal with this. So I'm taking all of this stuff from the same guy. Well, I mean, please stop. Playing muscle memory right now doesn't feel very sensible. I really do want to improve it, though. It's funny how the train strike is never just like sitting in there waiting for me to muscle memory it. I definitely want to level that up. And then, yeah, I am going to do this. Ooh. And I'm not going to play the real one. Y'all just feel free to jump in here anytime now. Damn it. I should have known. Well, that'll level that up at least. Alright, so you're gonna give up already. Okay, this other dude is absolutely going to punch my dog, or at least he thinks so. So we can probably stack up a fair amount of bleed on him pretty quickly. Having a hell of a time keeping this in the right places to improvise it. So I'm going to take... Wow, really? That feels like a lot. Fortunately, I don't have to hit him very hard. In fact, this has him surrendering. Then I guess we also train strike. And then I just feint. Somehow there's a feint in my deck that still only has 1 XP. Status. Ooh, that's annoying. And enemy spree. Join the battle with less panic. That's probably less relevant. Ooh, I do like heal 1. I do like just like constant sources of drip healing. Seems like a useful thing to have. Actually, there's a feint in our deck that still has 0. We got to get some cards out of this deck. I will take both of those makeshift daggers. Those seem lovely. And then I don't think any of this stuff is doing what we're doing. You made quick work of the bandits, which is nice because nothing else about this job was handled that neatly. Yeah, maybe I should still have taken footwork. It's a good enough card that even though I'm not in a discard strategy, now I'm thinking about it again, I absolutely should have just taken that. That went smoothly enough. Your services were no doubt worth the expense. Of course, it's best if you keep this partnership to yourself. What? The cult doesn't like to associate with riffraff like me? Not at all. Come into the fold, and they'd be delighted to herald your salvation. All creatures are welcome under the Bell of Hesh. Yeah, not for me, I think. So I assumed. It was nice meeting you, Sal. Stalo disappears into the darkness of the cave before you can even think to call him back. Not that you would consider converting, but it might have been nice to hear the benefits package. Fortunately, you're able to find your way out by retracing your steps. The trail of corpses is in fact helpful. Well, that went pretty well, and we're going to get extremely paid. This is definitely pet armor money. Your cavern is all cleared out. Hope the researchers don't mind a few bodies in their way. Hey, they just asked me to make it safe. Besides, it's got to be dirty work rooting up the past. Well, if you're happy, I'm happy. Well, let's not get too crazy, but I'm satisfied, at least. 215 shills, hooray. Also... Ooh. Yeah, Slider definitely the pick for us. I'm done with you for the day. But this isn't an exclusive arrangement. If you have other work that needs doing, go for it. No, we don't want to have any questions here. You can tell Fish she was right. You'll suit my needs just fine. That's it? You must have more work for me. Points for enthusiasm, but cool your jets, Hunter. We don't want to ruin a good thing. Go, be a hunter. Do whatever hunters do. Collateral always makes the job go easier. I'll send word to Fish when I'm ready to work with you again. Yeah, Sal's coming across a little desperate there. We've never really interacted with Rug before this run, right? Let's see what happens when you are loved by Rug the Cook. Sal, I was just thinking about you. You busy? No, I have a moment. You ever think about being a life coach? It really seems like you have all your crap together, you know? I'm not sure my story is the kind that sells. Besides, there isn't exactly a market for that kind of thing in Havaria. Yeah, that's true. We're pretty far from the glitz and glam of Deltree. But maybe you could make it to Supplicant City. Power and influence would look good on you. Yeah, power and influence I like, but I'd rather eat rotten Oshnu pus than hobnob with the cult. Man, why everybody in this place so desperately wants us to associate being grossed out with Oshnus? I don't know why. Yeesh. Alright, whenever you drink to... Okay, drinking also restores health. That's kind of cool. Alright, so $283. It's not actually as much as I was hoping. A spree bandit steps out onto the path, arms at the ready. This is one that hates me. I smell money. Hand it over. I am not going to do that. You have a wild fleet? So, wait, which one is Tick? Which Bane am I getting from Tick? It might be nice if it's said on these. I know we can see it here. It's marked. So that's, if we kill her to get rid of it, somebody else is probably going to hate us, and the thing they give us might be worse. But if I kill her, I can steal her money, and then maybe use it to buy better armor for my pet. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Not today, bandit. Okay, so... Awkward. All right, you get a wound. You get... Let me play muscle memory here. Okay. That's a cool one. I will apply 4 defense and also 1 evasion. And then also this. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. Okay, so you're already broken. I really want to level up Leech. We're having a hard time putting the blood together. I'll say this, the Yote does a lot of damage very quickly. One of the more effective pets we've had, I feel like. This is really crappy. Improvise a card from your discard pile is tough. We have no idea what we're going to get. I think I am going to lead with it, though. Okay. That's not too bad. And then blood for you. And we're going to save our other makeshift daggers for some other fight. This would have been a great time for some leech. I think I'm just going to take a bunch of damage here. Let's make sure we get that leveled. Alright, and then is there anything here that I particularly need to play? I guess? And yeah, we're totally just going to kill her. Let's see if this does, in fact, result in another Bane. Wow, she had no money. She did have a makeshift dagger. Ooh, piercing. That's interesting. We're having a really hard time getting the gimmick to go off, but probably what we want to be doing is building more in that direction, right? Yeah. And yeah, I don't think any of this stuff makes any sense for us. I am, in fact, a known thug. That card's fine. But no, we managed to remove that Bane without acquiring a new one. I was really hoping she was going to have more money on her. Froluk, my dude. Yeah, that's like all of my money. I was hoping to actually like be able to remove a card or something too, but fine. You try not to listen as Froluk of the Beasts gets to work. Finally, they emerge. Zimbot looks healthy, if a bit wary, and also like a total badass and a little bit like a Zerg. Puppo and Suzette. Puppo's a good name. Don't be mean about the fleet. Yeah, like there's no way we're gonna be able to afford anything, right? Let's just go ahead and bounce. I was so excited about the amount of money from that job because I was like, yeah, and then we'll get another job after that, and like think how much stuff we'll be able to do. I guess I did not remember that day 2 of Sal's thing only has 1 job in it. A figure approaches you, and as he comes into the light, you quickly recognize the cunning gaze of another playable character, probably. Ah, yes. Greetings, friend. I hope road and fortune are treating you well. I guess that depends on how this conversation ends. I suppose it's only natural you'd be on your guard. It's a cutthroat world we live in, after all. But I'm merely interested in contracting your blades. You see, I've unfortunately picked up a tail. An assassin, actually. You seem pretty relaxed, considering. It's old hat. I prefer the ones I know about to the ones I don't. Okay, yes, I would like to do a thing that gets me paid, because like I said, I have other things I wanted to do. That's 300 shills? I'm into it. Agreed. I do bodyguard work all the time. Here they come. Apparently he was being pursued very, very closely. I do prefer clean work when possible, so for now, simply hang back and look intimidating. Soon enough, a lone figure approaches. All right, friend, that's close enough. You're going to pay for what you've done, Rook. Unlikely, given my track record. I'm afraid you've bit off more than you can chew. I've brought in reinforcements. What, this poor sod? Listen to me, Grifter. You'll just as likely get shot in the back than whatever he's promised you. I've been hired. You got a counteroffer I should consider? Sure. Stand aside or I'll bury you both. Okay, yeah, let's do a murder. Rook likes you. Hooray. I do wonder what happens if... I wonder what kind of boon he gives if you get him to love you. Because we had this happen the other way, right? Where as Rook we met Sal, I think? Let me just pop in here real quick. Yeah, okay, and the boon there was quite significant, so... Yeah, let's see if we can earn ourselves a boon here as well. This does seem like a fight where a little bit of early wounding is probably warranted. Promoted, fight dirty, additional wound. Hooray! I should have done that first. And then, of course, we have an expert ambush. And I think I could have just... So I could have played Slippery and then grabbed Promoted Fight Dirty again. I don't know. I think getting some damage on while all the wounds are still up is probably smart. So what do I want to level up more? Probably Slippery, I guess. Do we dagger here? So the question is, what do we want to use to remove the evasion? Also, could you maybe not hit me so hard? Here, let's burn... I guess let's burn Stab to remove the evasion. I will use the dagger again. And I'll do this over... I probably wouldn't have done that. I probably would have just gone for damage race mode if the feint didn't need XP still. Alright, not exactly what I was looking for. I mean, I guess I'm going to play Leech. Yep, and then I'm going to take a damage from this Bile Grenade. Alright, all the multi-target damage needs to... You need to just cool that down. I'm really annoyed at how bad my personal damage output has been. Definitely level this up. Okay. So, he said just hang back and look intimidating for now. It's not clear to me whether he wants the kill or not. I'm gonna accept surrender. He didn't tell me that he wanted me to do the killing. I'm gonna accept a surrender. Hopefully that won't make him mad at me. Ah, this makes it work from the other side instead. No, I'm absolutely taking the one-cost version of it. I think that's a very important upgrade. Whenever you discard, gain defense. No, I think I'm good on all this. You shouldn't have followed me again, Gorgula. It won't be the last time. What you did was unforgivable. Now, that's just not true. I've already forgiven myself. Rook executes Gorgula in cold blood. Well, whoa, what the hell? You heard her. I'm not safe while she's still drawing breath. What did you do to make her so angry? I had a run-in with the cult back in Pearl on the Foam. It was just a job, but Gorgula is, well, was, a zealot. There's nothing worse on Hesh's blue orb than someone who takes their religion seriously. Until next time. Okay. Rook saunters off, a wary eye betraying his collected gait. I did not get the chance to make him love me. But I did get the chance to buy some cards out of my deck. Hooray! Or, perhaps, to make a new friend. Show me Suzette. Look at how adorable. Must have Suzette. You must. Okay. How much to upgrade a Suzette? 313? Sounds like a tomorrow kind of problem. Let us, let us remove a card from my combat deck. Because removing stuff from the other deck's going to be a little bit more expensive. We just have we have a lot of feints left. Okay. All right, we got plans. We know where we're headed. Gosh, I hope this new pet survives the boss fight. Alright, so are you and Ulo as chummy as a tin of bogworms now? Well, she's clever, but I think she'd sell me up the river the second I weighed down her canoe. Yeah, well, you two have that in common. Just stay on her good side, she'll stay on yours. Ah, this is the one where there's the assassin waiting for us at the river. Okay, I can do this. Yep, it's fine. Just listen, it's fine. In the dim light, some of the shadows look darker than usual. You would think our pets would respond immediately. I do think Zin has a very cool look. Alright, demoralize this assassin. Do you even know who you're working for? Caring isn't part of the job description. Well, maybe you should reevaluate that. For reasons that I'm sure make sense. Now, sadly, only one of our pets is trained, so we are going to lose that other argument right away. Boy, this did not work out very well. Okay. We'll incept some vulnerability and then we'll exploit weakness on that. And then I'll play setup just to play it, I guess. And then We have no idea what your intents are because of the stealth, and I didn't actually draw any straightforward damage. I could just bounce your intents here so it doesn't matter what you're doing. You know what? I'm going to. I'll draw better next turn. Nice cheap stone bulldoze. Is Ergo even worth playing? Yeah, okay, I think it is. So if I do this, complement, and then boosted time, we get to play Visionary Threaten, and hopefully draw something that will, okay. That'll get me some distance. Unfortunately, then I drew Setup again, so we just sort of run out of gas here. Alright. Our pet argument is doing some fantastic work. Wow, that was a solid flurry there. Alright, Ergo is actually great here. There's absolutely no reason to play the Deflection of Clarity, so I guess I'm just... Yeah, I guess I'm just done. Like, I know I want to play it just to get it out of my deck, but also, it feels like, with as powerful of a healing effect as it is, it feels like I must get more value out of it than that, you know? Don't really need Composure. Man, cannot catch a break on this. Alright, it's fine. There's no way I draw... Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way I draw a hand that can't get that much damage out, right? This deflection... Okay, becomes a more exciting deflection for sure. And Ergo... Ooh... So Improvise Plus will show us 5 cards instead of 3 versus take 2 cards. I'm going to take 2 cards. We're getting into the place where the extra action stuff is actually being a lot more meaningful. Improvise a card that costs 0 from your discard pile. We do have some of that. Yeah, you know, I may take that. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that. Just remember, she wouldn't want to have me killed if she didn't consider me a sizable threat. But no problem, you'll handle what Cascio couldn't, right? The assassin doesn't answer, but you can tell you've left them off balance, and so now is our moment to strike. That is a cool sword. Let's cut to the chase. I get it. So yeah, you gain 10 panic every turn. Okay. Easy enough. Let's improvise. Sure, that'll work. Hey, look, we actually get to do like a pretty good version of this thing. Hold on, let me... Alright, I'll throw up some impair. It's not going to actually help with this, right? Oh no, it did round the attacks down. Okay, cool. Hooray, I got to leech for more than 2 health. I do believe that's the first time. Alright, when it just says heal 1 like this, I'm assuming that means that the heal is going to go to me no matter who I apply the defense to. Let's boosted train strike and then slippery. Yep, that's fine. I was kind of figuring we weren't going to get that lucky. I guess give me this. Doesn't really matter what. All right, only 44 more damage to go. We're getting through this pretty quickly. Definitely boosted trip, for sure. And then please stop attacking my dog. Alright, at least everybody was only hitting him once. Okay, and I do believe the fight is, like, extremely over, right? So do we kill the assassin? I guess the question here is, narratively, do we think that Sal took anything away from the encounter with Rook? And I think this version of Sal is maybe going to take away from it that she doesn't want to become like him. I accept your surrender. Okay, boosted feint, I guess. Not very exciting stuff either way. Most of the time, well, a fair amount of the time, 2 evasion is overkill. And if we're getting hit a second time, a lot of the time, 8 defense will be enough to blunt that one anyway. So I think I'm going to take the stone slip. Whenever you play a diplomacy card, you know, that's not bad. Whenever you apply 1 bleed to all other enemies is not a bad one either. Gain defense equal to the amount of bleed you apply for the rest of the turn. You know, we have some bleed stuff going on, but I don't think it's enough to justify taking something like that. And it's not going to be the focus of what we're doing, right? We care way more about the improvised thing. Fish charges into the room, moving spryly for a Kradeshi her age. Her jaw locks when she sees the mess. Hey, that's the stranger I told you about. Yeah, I know. I'm going to let the assassin go. Go back to Kashio and tell her this only whets my appetite. It's your funeral, even if it's been postponed. Zin leaves by the door, but you make a note to reinforce the barricades on all the windows. Okay. So, I don't know if there's a way to make Zin love us, but, you know, we're making friends, right? Calamity Jar, obviously terrible. Battle card upgrades with multiple upgrades now have 1 option fewer versus 3 damage every single turn. I think I want the quick strap. It definitely, you know, it definitely does cost us things sometimes. But 3 damage every single turn of every single combat feels like a pretty harsh penalty, right? Alright, when you wake up, you'd almost think the grog is beginning to look homey, if you hadn't almost been murdered in it. Yep, and then Fish is rigging up the bar top with the trap. We're just going to click through this conversation that we have seen before. I have been dismissed. And I think that is where we're going to call it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, pretty soon, there is going to be another one of these for this week. We're going to try our best to make it through day 3 here. I think our strategy is really coming together. Things are coalescing a little bit. I'm feeling powerful. Come back next time to watch me suffer for my hubris. And we'll see you then.